Hi, welcome back. So in this lecture, we're going to talk about the course outline system. And there's some amazing tools that you can use online to help you outline your course. One of them is Workflowy, and then there's a mind maps called mindmeister.com. And then finally, my favorite project management software platform is Trello. You're going to love it. We're going to talk about why too big a course is not a good idea and how great is the enemy of good. Because if you try to make the perfect course, you're never going to finish your course. And then finally, and this is important, so pay attention, you always do your titles, your summaries, your descriptions, your headlines. You do all that last because you don't want to build a course around a title that you may not even keep. Okay, so some of my favorite online tools to help me outline my course are Workflowy.com, mind maps at mindmaster.com, and Trello.com. Workflowy is just this dead simple bullet point list making application. I know it sounds crazy, but when I show you, you're going to understand. Mind maps are pretty self-explanatory, and a lot of you have heard about mind maps. They're just a graphical way to represent your outline, little bubbles that are connected with lines. And then Trello is what they call a project management application. It's based on what they call the Kanban system, which is a Japanese style of organizing a process. I believe it was invented by Toyota to help the assembly line workers understand the different parts of the car that were coming up next and which systems to focus on and so forth. So pretty amazing stuff. I'll just show you because you're not going to understand until we just look at them. Hi everybody. So this is Workflowy. This is an amazing bulletproof list making system. This is what you see when you first log on. It's all your kind of main list topics. And then here's where I keep my Udemy courses. I can hit the plus button to see what's in there, minus button to close it down. I can go down here and see what's in there, so forth. Or if I just want to focus on just Udemy courses, I hit the circle and there's just my Udemy courses. And if I want to focus on just one course right now, I can open up the plus button, see what's in there right now, or I can just hit the circle and see right there. Really, really cool. You can click on the circle and hold, and you can move the different kind of nested lists around, which is really cool. If you screw up, you just hit this back button on the right, and it just takes you right back to where you started. And then the other thing is, to create a new list is just boom, you just start typing away, just like that. Or you just, hit return and just go, newer list. Hit return, tab, there's your, item 1, item 2. I mean, it's going to make your life a lot easier. And then you just click on that and you can focus on just that list. If you get lost, they've got these little mini videos that you can watch while you fix your problem. Okay, next is a mind map system called mindmeister.com. I just love MindMeister. And with MindMeister, you can take stuff from like this list, you can just copy it, go in here, import it, and create an instant mind map. That way you can visualize everything that's going on with your course outline in one place. Here's a simple one, and then here's a more complicated mind map, and you can see that it's, there's a lot more going on here. But close it down. But it allows you to see these complicated processes, and then you can move these around in different spots if you decide. Okay, finally is Trello. You guys are going to love Trello. Trello is an online project management system. It's based on the Japanese Kanban project organization system. And how this works is these are all your boards. These are just different projects, and some of your projects are online courses. So here's a project where you're creating an online course of how to roast coffee beans. That's the name of the board. These gray boxes across the top are called lists, and in each list you have these white boxes called cards, and you can move cards around just like that. You can move them to other lists and so forth. But the point of this is you put all your lectures across the top, and in each lecture you can store cards that contain the point that you're going to make. So for instance, this is lecture 1, right? I'm going to make 4 points in lecture 1. That's all I'm going to talk about, just 4 things. And in each of these 4 things that I'm talking about, I create a card. So the first card holds all the assets, all the text and links and images that I need to create that first point in that first lecture. It's amazing. Your course almost writes itself. So I highly recommend that you at least do Workflowy and Trello to finish things up. And kind of as a nice bonus, you can do MindMeister. So remember, too big a course turns people off. You probably don't want to have any more than, say, 10 to 15 lectures total, maybe 20, unless it's a technical course like app development or software design. Then the sky's the limit on those. They can't get around it. They're going to have 60, 80, 100, 200 lectures. It's just what they need to teach the course. But with most other courses, don't make too big a course. It turns people off. Remember that great is the enemy of good. I'm not saying make a junky course, but don't try to make the perfect course, because if you do, you'll never finish your course. Do the best job that you can with the resources and the information that you have and move on. It'll be fine. Because if you strive for perfection, you never get there. You'll never finish your course. Now this is important, so pay attention. You always do your titles, your introductions, your course summaries, etc. last. Put placeholder statements in there if you have to, because if you create this awesome kick-ass title right off the bat, you're kind of stuck building your course around that title. What if you get halfway through your course and you say, well, hey, I should have a lot better title or a different title than when I started? Well, it's too bad. You're stuck. So that's why you always put a working title in, working intros and descriptions, and then build your course. And when you're done, you're going to be so inspired. You're going to have all these great ideas and thoughts and inspirations that you're going to craft these amazing headlines and titles and descriptions and summaries. And later on, we'll talk about why that is so, so important. This is probably the most important part of your course, because no one's going to watch your course if they're not attracted to buy your course. And what attracts them is your headline for your landing page and your course image.